Boom. I was saying it in the car. We have snow. That's cool. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas. Beautiful view. Cotton candy sky. The city. LA smog, fog, blog, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to talk about the stock market. I thought I wasn't going to make this video, but I figured I'd post it tonight. I feel like it's important for the essence of time. Got a bunch of videos dropping for you guys tomorrow. We're going to have that live stream. And I know some people said they aren't going to be able to attend there because of the time zone's different. So I will be posting updates. The streams get posted afterwards. I will make, I post the market updates around about at close or about an hour after. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on Monday. But what I'm going to talk about is in relation to Monday. I made that video on the market gapping down, and there's some data and some things I want to discuss that I think are pretty important and that I think people and investors should be aware about. So one of those things first is, well, actually before I get into that, two, I have to say it, subscribe. Like the videos, and subscribe if you want stock information, stock market news, trading stuff, all that. You can get an idea of it, but mainly just check out the free stock trading course if you're starting to trade. I'm all over. Literally, I have so much I want to say with this, and I'm going to try to make it quick. But essentially, what is going on is that a lot of people are bearish, but people aren't short yet. So I want to talk about that, some of the data I have backing that. But the thing really explaining this right now is, like, I'm seeing my video. I think the market's going to gap down on Monday, and a lot of people agree. And given some of the data, I am concerned. I do want to say this as like my warning of maybe, because sometimes when it gets too bearish, but it's not, you got to see how the money's moving. It might not be there. The bounce might be there. And I don't want to be the guy to be wishy-washy, but I am trying to find my contingency plan or see what's going on with it, because people are very bearish. But now the thing is, the big main difference is the amount of short positions. So if you compare the amount of net shorts right now, or even on like November 15th or December 15th, I even think even from November, it was a lot less. And even the VIX is just hitting highs. People are just getting these puts, and it's just reaching levels, but it was way more in October. And people kind of are very bearish, and these levels are low. But people are also having reasons to stay in, and they haven't really necessarily acted in a sense of where they're selling out and dipping out of the markets and having this panic that everybody's talking about. So it is very interesting, and that's the one thing I'm looking at, because now it is how Monday is going to turn out is going to be very important. I think how Monday's trading ends up, both, I think it's gonna, if you guys watch I would definitely watch the live stream from Friday, because that was, even in the morning I was watching, I was like, oh, it looks like it's gonna be a calm day, and it fucking wasn't at all. But watching that could give you an idea of what I'm expecting, both in the short, in the first few hours of market, and then what's gonna play out. But if Monday closes down now, so this is what I've talked about, I believe around Thanksgiving, and this was in November, and this was when the market was going down, because we had the indicator and it came up. It was a down Friday, down Monday, and somebody brought this up, and they said, oh no, it goes up. But no, I could post the link for you guys. Go look this up. Just go look the statistic of down Friday, down Monday. But anytime that's really happened, the following weeks or week is preceded, like on average, down 6%, like 8 out of 10 times or something. So if tomorrow closes down, so one is the question of what tomorrow does, but then, oh, why do I keep saying tomorrow? Excuse me, I'm not posting this on Sunday, I'm posting this tonight. Maybe I will just have to post, no, because we're gonna have the stream, so I'm posting this tonight for you guys. But the, it's, see, I forget what I say when I go on those little side rants. But, oh yeah, so it's what happens tomorrow, or on Monday, but then, what happens during the day, and then where it closes. So that's what I'm looking out for. And now, like I'm saying though, because that's going to be the difference if we start to see people get bearish. And this is what this is pretty much in the case, and the whole point of this video, and what I'm trying to say is that looking at the data, and you could see it in various places where, yes, people are very bearish, but people are very bearish even as they're holding stock, which is ironic. And not ironic, but it brings up something, you know, again, the psychology even behind, you know, how people are holding their investments right now and everything with it. But it seems like people are very, again, they sense bearishness, but they're holding. So that could either lead to, you know, the selling ceases and the markets could really bounce. And especially when money comes in, there's a lot of people eager to buy the dip. So that's where I'm saying that the upside could come from. But now on the downside, those people have not capitulated yet. Nobody's capitulated. And that's the thing now, is that we're down, we've lost gains, and what I'm saying is based on the amount of people shorting, but now the amount of people holding is the next big thing. People are still holding these stocks. So if we go another leg, that's the whole importance of Monday, in that if we break that support, is how are people going to react, and then where does it lead? And then there's now the yield curve and all those things that come in. I have a great video talking about why the yield curve affected stuff, even future price valuations. I'm going to post that tomorrow for you guys. But, you know, it's what, man, I use so much memory shooting all these videos. It's hard on the card. But essentially, if tomorrow goes down, what I'm saying is if it breaks that support, it goes down, are people going to capitulate or not? Are people going to start selling now? Because that would bring in a whole new wave. There is already technical selling pressure, but again, the question is too, what's happening now? I want to go over it in filings. That's why I wanted to have a video showing you guys filings. There's been insider selling more than usual, some pretty normal. But then also the biggest thing right now is emerging markets. Even data just came out. I'm going to put this in a real estate video, but I'll share it with you guys here right now, that about $1 billion in the last quarter was sold by Chinese investors in real estate. And I've seen it, and there's a lot of stuff even then too. I've seen some purchases and sells, but it's a very interesting market right now. But I think it's foreign investors and a lot of stuff, again, China and more of the things that are going overseas right now have a big effect. And like I'm waiting for this week, I want more developments with oil. That's still, we haven't really heard anything. Again, Britain, and watch Italy. Italy and France right now, that is actually increasing on my radar as that situation. That's so you guys want to see, this is stuff I look into. Go look into that, start monitoring that, because if that escalates, there is certain factors I'm looking for. We could talk about it, but that is going to be important, I think, because there is something you can notice with Italy. But then again, that is tied to Brexit, but it is this own other political situation. It's pretty weird, right? So yeah, if it breaks tomorrow, that's going to be important. But essentially, the market's down. People are concerned. People are scared. A lot of people could say, oh, okay, yield curve, no this, that. Some people want to ignore it. There's so many things going on, but at the end of the day, people are still holding stocks, believe it or not. So the selling, and the question is, where is the selling from? Who's selling and why? And then that brings up another thing, is that it's the Federal Reserve. Both, you mix China slowing down, which is added, you know, that adds 15 to 30% growth. Well, 30% of the S&P comes from Chinese earnings. So if you cut that growth, let's say 15% of that, and then the Fed now, if the Fed has been reducing their balance sheet, I think I might need to make a video on that. I don't think people really understand that, but so far, the Fed has sold a bunch of stocks. The Fed owns stocks, treasuries, real estate stuff, and it's crazy how much they have actually sold off so far. And people don't realize that, but that's part of the tapering. That's part of the rates and all that. So again, who's sold? I think it's really been the Fed slowing China growth. We're seeing that way on the market, but so far, seems like a lot of US investors and people haven't sold yet, and that's scary, because why we're saying this week could set up to something crazy. Because if those people start selling, those people start to panic, that brings in a whole new wave. Then we start to see what's going to happen. But again, I'm expecting, really at the heart of this, a correction, a quick maybe flash crash correction type thing, or something like October, February, March, stuff like that, like we've already seen, or a variation of which. And then rebounding either to new highs or somewhere around there before we go down. That's one scenario. And hopefully you guys see why I have multiple scenarios. I don't think it's just going to be one thing. I'm looking out for multiple things as it's a change, because this is just a very dynamic situation until one thing hits on the head. The one thing I do know, China, emerging markets are fucking dying, and something's happening there, which is going to have an effect on the global economy. That's simple. That's one part. But the next thing I'm thinking about is well, the next scenario is that it's like a 2001, and I made videos on this where the yield curve just starts to flatten, but then we also, we have a lot of the scenarios, a lot of the same things with tech, and pretty much all of this stuff starts selling off now, and we drop 10-20% before the big one comes, but we stay down, pretty much a rolling bear market into a final washout, which kills us. So, and then, you know, you rebound. I'm gonna buy everything at the bottom. I got a lot of cash. Hopefully you guys do the same. We're making enough money on the puts on the way down. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully you liked the video so far. Let me know your feedback. What do you guys think? Open your schedule tomorrow. A lot of videos. We're doing the stream at night. There's the recaps too. But that's pretty much it, man. I love you guys. Enjoy. Please do not panic. Read everything in the bio. Check out the free stock trading course. Read the disclaimer, but don't go too crazy. Do not go too happy. Do not get, remember, stay in balance. Focus, be objective. It's an exciting time, a great opportunity. I love what the markets and everything can provide us. So, love you guys. Peace out.